When people talk about drumming legends, the name Neil Peart of Rush almost instantly takes center stage. Known as the Professor, Peart wasn't just a drummer. He was a storyteller behind the kit, blending precision, creativity, and intellect into every beat. His solos were symphonies. His influence stretched across decades, inspiring countless musicians who studied his every move like sacred scripture. For many, Peart defined what it meant to master the art of drumming. But in recent years, a new name has entered the conversation: Anika Nilles, a German drummer whose YouTube performances in live shows has gained international acclaim. Nilles has become a symbol of modern drumming innovation. Her groove, technique, and rhythmic complexity have made even the most seasoned drummers stop and take notice. Some fans have gone so far as to ask, could Anika Nilles be better than Neil Peart? That's a bold question, and one that deserves more than a quick answer. Because when comparing two artists from completely different eras, it's not just about skill. It's about influence, evolution, and how each drummer reshaped the world of rhythm in their own time. Neil Peart came from an era when drummers were expected to follow the beat, not reinvent it. Yet that's exactly what he did. From his intricate time signatures on tracks like Tom Sawyer and YYZ to his poetic approach to lyricism, Peart elevated drumming into an intellectual art form. He didn't just hit drums, he spoke through them. Every roll and crash had purpose. Every rhythm told a story. Anika Nilles, on the other hand, represents the evolution of that legacy. She's part of a new generation of drummers who grew up studying the masters like Peart and then dared to push beyond. Her songs like Alter Ego and Synergy show a fusion of jazz, pop, and progressive rock that's technically dazzling, yet groove-heavy and accessible. She's not trying to be Peart. She's building on what he started. It's easy to compare the two as if they were rivals, but in truth, Nilles and Peart are connected through the timeline of drumming history. Peart laid the foundation for intellectual drumming, a style where precision met emotion. Nilles took that blueprint and added modern flair, global rhythm, and a digital age touch that makes her style uniquely her own. So, who truly mastered the art of drumming? The answer might not lie in who played faster or more complex patterns, but in who changed the way we feel rhythm. Peart did that for an entire generation, while Nilles is doing it for the next one. Both artists in their own eras remind us that mastery isn't about competition, it's about contribution. To understand who truly mastered the art of drumming, you have to look beyond the sticks and cymbals. You have to see what each drummer stood for. Neil Peart was a craftsman in the purest sense, an architect of rhythm, whose every performance felt like a philosophical statement. His solos weren't random bursts of energy. They were carefully constructed journeys. Watching Peart behind the kit was like watching an engineer design emotion. He fused rock, jazz, and classical concepts with a level of control few could ever replicate. But what made Peart extraordinary wasn't just his technical brilliance, it was his discipline. He practiced relentlessly, constantly refining his technique even at the height of his fame. He once took lessons from jazz drummer Freddie Gruber in the middle of Rush's success, simply because he believed growth never stops. That mindset, humility within mastery, is what sealed his place among the greatest of all time. Anika Nilles carries that same spirit, but in a new era where drumming has become more diverse and globally influenced. Her approach feels freer, lighter, and more rhythmic in a world music sense. Nilles experiments with polyrhythms, electronic layers, and hybrid setups that blend acoustic and digital sounds. Where Peart's drumming often mirrored the grand narratives of Rush's lyrics, Nilles' work feels like a conversation, playful, fluid, and deeply human. She doesn't seek to outshine the past. Instead, she honors it by reimagining it. In interviews, Nilles often credits Peart and other drumming icons as inspirations. That humility shows that she understands what true mastery means. It's not about replacing the greats. It's about evolving their legacy. If Neil Peart was the poet of the drums, then Anika Nilles is the innovator. Peart taught us that drumming could be intellectual. Nilles is teaching us that it can be emotional and global. Their styles are different, but their impact is equal in depth, one timeless, the other progressive. So who really mastered the art of drumming? Perhaps mastery isn't a finish line. It's a rhythm that passes from one pair of hands to another, generation after generation. Neil Peart mastered it for his time, turning drumming into philosophy. Anika Nilles is mastering it for ours, turning it into evolution. In the end, both names will be remembered not for competing against each other, but for carrying the same torch, proving that drumming is more than sound. It's storytelling, it's passion, it's art. If you've made it this far, then you already know. The story of Anika Nilles isn't just about drums. It's about determination, evolution, and what it means to redefine greatness in your own way. Whether you're a lifelong fan of Rush or just discovering Anika's powerful presence behind the kit, one thing is clear. Both drummers remind us that passion never dies. It just finds a new rhythm. But there's still so much more to uncover about Anika Nilles beyond the stage lights and thunderous performances. Her journey to global recognition wasn't easy. Before the viral videos, before the collaborations, there was a young woman fighting to be heard in a world that didn't always take female drummers seriously. How did she push through the barriers? Who helped shape her unique sound? And what personal challenges molded her into the drummer we see today? If those questions spark your curiosity, then don't stop here. Head over to the other videos on this channel where we dive deep into Anika Nilles' early life, her struggles before fame, and the defining moments that made her one of the most respected drummers of this generation. You'll get a closer look at the woman behind the rhythm, the mindset, the sacrifices, and the unshakable belief that her sound could change the world. So, before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss any of our upcoming stories about Anika's rise, her creative process, and the way she's inspiring a whole new generation of musicians. Thank you for watching and supporting content that celebrates real artistry and passion. Keep exploring, keep listening, and keep believing in the power of rhythm. This is more than just drumming. It's a movement. Now go check out the next video, inside Anika Nilles' life before Rush, her struggles and big break. You don't want to miss it. Entered the conversation. Anika Nilles, a German drummer whose YouTube performances and live shows has gained international acclaim. Nilles has become a symbol of modern drumming innovation. Her groove, technique, and